Alright guys, so today the first job of the day. Customer complained rear noise on the back. I don't know if you can see that. This rotors and calipers, rotors and pads were replaced not too long ago, but apparently the caliper decided to go bad on it, and it destroyed the rotor and pad. So gotta replace that, and we're gonna put a new rotor again and pad on the other side just to make sure that everything is evened out. So yeah, we're gonna put a new caliper in here. So let me get that done and show you guys how to get it done. Alright guys, so I took the rotor out. Okay, the way you do that is you gotta take the caliper. It has 2 bolts. You can see that when you look at it from the back. It's gonna have 2 bolts. And it's gonna be the bracket, which is this one. This bracket sits here in between. I don't know if you can see that hole there. Okay, those 2 holes gonna have 2 nuts here. They're number 18. Okay. This one and that one on the bottom. See the 2 holes. You take that off, and then the caliper, the rotor comes off. So now putting it back together, you put the rotor, the bracket, and the caliper. I'm gonna be changing this caliper because this caliper went bad. So I'm gonna be changing that one. So basically, I'm gonna get the new bracket, put it on, the new caliper, put it on. The last thing I want to do is remove the hose to put it onto the new caliper. And this hose here, I usually clamp it down, that way it doesn't make that much of a mess. Put it on the new caliper, and then we gotta do the bleeding process. But I also gotta replace the rotor and pad on the other side. So let me put this one back on and start assembling everything back together with the new parts. Okay, we'll be right back. Alright guys, so the rotor is in. We got the bracket in. So you can see those 2 black bolts there. This one and that one. They are number 18. We tied those down already. Now we got to put the hardware and the pads. We're gonna get the new caliper, put it on, and then the last thing that we gotta do is just rub the hose over. So let me do that and I'll get back to you guys. Alright guys, so now we got the hardware, the pads, the caliper. We tied it down there and here. Now we gotta take the little stop out so we can connect the line. Like I said, I usually clamp down the line so we don't get that much of a leakage, and swap over in the line, and we should be able to do the bleeding process. So let me get this done. I still gotta install the rotor and the pads on the other side, and then we can do the bleeding process. But yeah, let me get that done. Alright guys, so this side is completely done. We got the hose in. Now we gotta take the bleeder out and bleed the system. But before I do that, I'm gonna jump on the other side and I'm gonna do this process again. I gotta get a new rotor in there, the pads, the calipers is gonna stay, but I gotta get a new rotor and pads on the other side, so it's basically the same procedure. So let me get that done and then we come back and bleed this system. Alright guys, so this is the other side. We got the new pads, the hardware. Don't forget to replace the one here in the center. Everything is bolted down and tight. So yeah, now I just gotta put some grease anti-seize on the lugs, put the wheel back on, and then we should be able to bleed that one side on the other side. All right, let me get this done.